guys? All right, here we are. We got Danny with us, and we have an absolutely amazing basement. We're going to walk you guys through. Super excited about this, and details for days on this one. So Danny, let's start right here. We got this wall as soon as you walk in.
Yeah, well, this homeowner, they really needed the challenge was storage. They needed a lot of storage, and you know, Pat's thought and our thought is always design first, not always storage first. So we came up with this wall. Lauren, the designer as well, came up with this wall basically of all doors.
So what's great here is not only do they get the access to everything, but when it's closed down, they get this beautiful wall. So, I mean, most people don't even realize all this is going on. So it's like the best of both worlds. We got what we wanted, which is executing a really good design, and they got what they wanted, having storage.
We're so worried about the fact that it's right next to this beautiful bar. What do you want, you know, 10 doors right next to it?
Well, can you imagine how hideous this would have looked if this was door? We got 2, 4, 5 doors, 6 doors here, whatever it is. How horrible would that look if that was just a wall of doors?
No, it would have been a big design flaw. So yeah, instead it's a feature. So.
And then we walk in the door and we see this, beautiful wallpaper right here with the lights on it.
Yeah, and Lauren, the designer, you know, you can see there's a theme with the green tones and the green, along with the white tones of the floor, and it really ties it all together. So.
And then, God, how, look at this when you walk in from the back door. Oh my God.
Well, and then, I think when you laid this out, they were still contemplating where they wanted to put the bar. They were talking about maybe having in this section and then the island as well. They finally landed on this, which I think works the best.
Yeah, and this is actually where I originally had it slated for, so I'm so happy that they finalized it right here.
Yeah,
especially with big entertainers that they are. They wanted this giant bar and in the open area. I don't think this would have fit anywhere else.
No, and then the radius design really allows for that nice flow around to all the areas.
Well, you need a big area, but it gets you a lot of seating.
Yeah, more seating and beautiful design in the home around.
So, yeah, go ahead, talk about that.
Ceiling as well. I mean, it's really a lot of work that went into this bar with Grand Interiors and Frank and Colin and Matt. They did amazing work. This is all custom. Everything's built by hand. Rich, the stainer, stained everything by hand. This is when he stains, it's a custom color. It's not something he's purchasing off of a shelf somewhere.
This is not min-wax at Home Depot. And even the level of intricacy of actually performing it, people think, oh yeah, my painter can stain. That's not what goes on here. This is very, very custom. The details, if you look at this, you can't even imagine like this was built here in the basement and finished here. Not a factory, and then we get the round, and these niches in the round wall look so simple right now, but these are not easy to build.
No, and it's a good display space, and it's really, gives you that custom feel as opposed to just a line of cabinets on the back wall. So.
It really just is amazing. I mean, I could look at this for hours, just like the details, and really appreciate the craftsmanship of it, totally. And yet we have a great space and.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot, but with the homeowners. But this is why we do this. The appliances on the front bar, it gives you this beautiful back bar look where they have everything they need appliance-wise, and you wouldn't know it until you get behind it. So
yeah, it's an interesting thing. A lot of people don't realize, but this is the right way to set up a bar because you want to keep your sink in the front, so you're engaging with the people who are sitting here rather than the sink being in the back where you're turning your back to them. Number one, and number two, when you're back there sitting at the bar, you get this beautiful view of the bar, and it's not obstructed by appliances or refrigerators and microwaves, and so this design, when you're standing like where the camera is right now, all you see is just the beauty of the bar. You don't see all the appliances, so it's perfectly executed. We try and explain that to everybody.
Yeah, in the long run, if you're doing a custom bar, you save money from having to have a bunch of panel-ready appliances on the back bar, where you can easily just keep them standard appliances.
Yeah, it's a really good point. You have this beautiful decorative trim wall right here.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that there's anything behind it at all.
No, but all right, so we're gonna reveal this right now. Check this out. Little story behind this gigantic hidden. Danny, how big is this pocket door?
12 foot pocket door. Yeah, so
12-foot pocket door that slides all the way into here. But the most important thing here is it reveals this unbelievable theater. So what we created here was an open and closed concept theater both at the same time.
Yeah, and Pat definitely surprised us with this one when we came on the layout. We were not expecting it, and we saw this laid out, and then we had to scratch our heads and start thinking about how we were going to make it happen. And Frank and Colin and Matt from Grand Interiors and Diego the framer really started from the beginning, but it's not as easy as it may look. There's a lot of thought that went into it, and then also how that door opens without complicating. There's doors on both sides. This is the door obviously to the theater, and then on the right side there's a door to the furnace. So we had to make sure that this pocket door was going to surpass it and bypass it without complicating that hardware or anything around it. So.
Yeah, this is actually executed amazingly, and I do realize that I had the easy part here, just coming up with the idea, and I just walked away and said, "All right, guys, figure it out." And he's being nice right now, but he did want to kill me. But it's really kind of a testament to what we are as a company, because we're constantly even challenging ourselves.
Yes, yeah, I love it. Yeah,
right?
I think the guys, we all say we don't love it, but it's really the best part of the job is trying to figure these things out. And now that we know how to do it, we can do it again. So
yeah. Well, that's a good part. That's a good part. So let's check out this theater real quick. And yeah, these doors are great. And you'll notice throughout the basement, none of the doors have handles. That was very intentional, and it's very cool actually, especially with the style of the doors.
Yeah.
And even with that open, as soon as I walked in here, I felt it in my ears.
Yes,
with the soundproofing in this room.
And this homeowner chose to do multiple layers of soundproofing. They chose this SAB, which is sound attenuation blanket above, which is just an insulation. They went with Quirock, and now they also have, as you can see, acoustical panels as well. So, 3 layers really make the difference. Carpeting, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it sounds as good as it does. So.
It's significant, and it's weird because you can feel it right in your ears as soon as you walk in. And so when you're in here, a couple things will happen, right? You're not going to get that sound bouncing off the walls. You're going to get a true acoustical sound of the theater, a great experience. And then if you're outside the theater, upstairs or wherever, you're not going to hear any noise whatsoever.
Yeah, when those doors are closed, it functions as a closed theater. You wouldn't even know that it's here. So
well, that door's so thick and heavy.
Yeah. There's a lot of layers to it, but
amazing.
It's beautiful. It
love the stage too. It just adds that little touch.
Well, we actually had a sump pit there, so that's part of the reason why that's there.
That's right. I did forget about that.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a challenge with that, but it's turned out pretty well. So.
Beautiful.
You know what I was thinking too, Pat, with this feature here, we've done these movable walls where they raise and lift, but I actually like this one better because they can have their seating placed inside when that door is enclosed, and pull it out when they're ready, but ultimately they don't have a permanent half wall where the seats are exposed and always there.
I couldn't agree with you more. I love the idea of this door opposed to a movable wall.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that it's not mechanical and it's not electrical, therefore no opportunities for failure or anything like that.
And the lower one's still not a cheap option, but a cheper of the 2 options.
And there's that too. But putting even money aside, I actually think it might be a better option.
Yeah. In the long run, it's that's a very cool feature, but this may be more useful feature.
No, I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I got so many ideas of where we could continue to do this.
Now we're going to do a 20-foot pocket door. It's going to go up from there.
Wait, we did it once, we can do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, so we're going ahead here. Obviously, we got a matching door to the theater here, which goes into the utility room, and that's what you were discussing earlier on how we needed those to match and still hide that pocket door. So
and I know it comes up a lot on social media. People are always concerned about the ventilation for those rooms and things of that nature. That's fully code compliant. We actually had a challenge with it. The inspector wanted to know how we were going to ventilate that. We ventilated to the outside, pulling from the outside area as opposed to the inside of the basement. But
there's always ways. Always ways.
It's a real concern with the theater nearby.
We passed by right there. We have a bathroom, and that's kind of close to the back door as well. And again, pretty cool, right? No handles on there. But check out that bathroom. The design of that bathroom is fantastic. Really nice. And I do like the location too. So you can come in that back door when you're entertaining back there. The bathroom is fairly close.
Well, we had, I think in this case, we had the designer come in late. She wasn't actually part of our initial process. So the homeowner started to have a challenge of picking out things like the bathroom tile. They were willing to be open to bringing her in after we started, and it really paid off, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people, we were just talking about that actually with the homeowner, they don't realize, they think they could do it themselves, and when you get to something of this kind of level, I mean, look at the details here at the fireplace with the tile. It looks so simple when it's done. It's like, oh yeah, I could do that. But when you're trying to execute this tile, matching the doors and the hardware and the floor, even this built-in, and making the paint coordinate, it actually becomes a little overwhelming for a lot of people, and that's where the designers do come in.
Yeah, it really helps a lot. So You know, we even have the door in this feature as well. I don't know if you do
I
that.
deep. So Danny, I'm embarrassed at this point because I don't remember that. So you gotta show that to me.
This went back to really started with the pocket door. You know, the pocket door comes behind this fireplace, so which we created. We needed depth. You can see it steps out from that wall, so we needed depth for that pocket door to be concealed behind it. But we ended up with this 3 or 4 foot space, which again, from the beginning, these homeowners wanted to have as much storage as possible. So we were able to even give them another 3 or 4 feet of closet space here in this main sitting area as well, and still utilize that cavity for the pocket door.
Really just amazing. Actually, and hitting to perfection.
Yeah. Sebastian and Lappy did this. It looks great.
Amazing.
So it ties in with the flooring and everything else.
So cool, so cool. And honestly, the execution on this LED light with the glass, I guess, I know David was part of this, Brett with the electric, and really it's just, I mean, God, I can't say enough about the details of this basement.
Yeah, it ties in. I mean, fully etched as well, custom etched glass with teams on it. You know, you can choose any emblem you wanted, but it shows some sports teams. And
this is cool, and we've done this before, like with golf simulators, where they put the logo of the golf course they play or stuff like that. And just cool stuff. And God, the details of the finishes had to be perfect here because that high gloss paint with the light, like an inch from it. God, what a nightmare for Brooke.
No, Brian and Brooke, they had headaches in this job for a lot of reasons, but you're right, it definitely turned out.
Yeah, but I mean, you just turn around here and you see this bar and you think, wow, just like who would not love to just be down here partying?
Perfect party zone for sure. Yeah.
Well, you crushed this one, and really just over and above. What a great job, and hope you guys really enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed delivering this to the homeowner.
Yeah, it was a great project, and can't wait to do the next one.
Thanks guys.